YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Dreep. I gotta give another video, and today is a little bit of a different video. I'll say that every video, but it really is. If you're new here, I make these videos because one day I went to my bank and I wasn't able to withdraw all of my money. They had a $1,000 withdrawal limit on that day, that specific day. I remember quite clearly. It was a Thursday in 2018. Don't remember the exact month or day of the month, but it happened. And ever since that day, I've been trying to figure out a way to not use banks and get my money out of the bank. Hence this channel. But fast forward through all the monetary and just banking wormhole. It's more than a rabbit hole. I'll say it's a wormhole. Are wormholes bigger than rabbit holes? I gotta look that up. Anyway, fast forward to strategy. If you know anything about strategy, I had a premonition yesterday, and strategy is on the verge of owning 1 million Bitcoin, and I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna stop there. I'm pretty sure by the time they get 2 million, things will start changing. But before we get there, before that happens, they will be bought out by somebody. I don't know who needs to hear this. Again, I don't know how far my channel reaches. All I can do is just make videos, do my best to upload them every week, once a week, and let the algorithm do what it does, right? And one day Bitcoin will be just normal, just like kind of how we use internet. It'll be normal to use Bitcoin. So eventually these videos will get to somebody, and somebody will listen and say like, hey, this guy was a genius or something. I don't know. This guy knew his shit, or he was on the up and up, and he understood the game, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I would say I don't need the validation or anything, or maybe I do. I don't know. But MicroStrategy, or strategy formerly known as MicroStrategy, it's not going to be strategy in I would say the next 4 to 5 years. They're about to hit 1 million Bitcoin this year. They'll probably hit it September, latest October of this year. They already have 813,000 Bitcoin. If you know anything about strategy, maybe you don't. They use convertible equity, and perpetual stocks to accumulate shares accumulate funding through these convertible bonds and perpetual stocks to buy Bitcoin with the shares that they sell and the income that they receive. If that didn't make any sense to you, don't worry about it. You don't need to know these instruments. And that's pretty much the point of this whole video. It's just because they're not going to be here in, I want to say, 4 to 5 years, which is, I've never covered strategy on this channel, and I've never talked about strategy, and that's a perpetual preferred stocks that they use. I never really go into it. I never really suggest that anybody, obviously I can't do that because I can't give financial advice, but MicroStrategy is the one thing that's kind of like a North Star in the Bitcoin industry, because they have over 813,000 Bitcoin, and they're a public company. One of the only, I'm not going to say one of the only ones, but they were the first public company to buy Bitcoin in America and hold it on its balance sheet. Now, maybe other companies have done it, but they haven't done it publicly like Strategy has, and have used it as a treasury, meaning that they will never sell it. They would hold it on this balance sheet, and until it's accepted throughout the whole world. And basically, that's where we're headed. That's every, I guess Bitcoin is a dream, not really a dream, but just vision that one day finally Bitcoin is going to become legal tender, because it's already legal tender in a couple of states, couple of countries, I would say. El Salvador, I want to say some parts of Costa Rica. And it's pretty much just, it's really the people. If you're a business owner and you want to accept Bitcoin, you can. And now, just about a couple months ago, they rolled out a feature to accept Bitcoin through Square. So if you have a Square terminal, the Bitcoin option is there. You don't even have to know about it. It's just there on your POS. So it's not anything like it's not going away. You're not going to stop it. People realize this, and all you have to do is adopt it. So but yeah, so Michael Saylor, who was the CEO of, well, he was the CEO of MicroStrategy, he stepped down. He's the second in command now. And he said he did that on purpose so that he'll have more time to construct a Bitcoin strategy, if you will, to accumulate more Bitcoin. So according to him, CEO was taking too many meetings or taking up too much of his time in order to make a plan to get the company liquid and solvent as much as it can to do what it's doing now. Create Bitcoin-backed products so that I can buy more Bitcoin. And so if you're into Bitcoin and if you know about this stuff, you think that's just the greatest thing that's ever happened to Bitcoin, or one of the greatest things that ever happened to Bitcoin, because he's a billionaire who believes in Bitcoin that much that he transformed his business into a Bitcoin treasury company that buys Bitcoin every month or on periodically throughout the year, starting in August of 2020. Hence the 813,000 Bitcoin that they already have accumulated. So, but yesterday, hey man, I don't know. I was shown something, and they're not going to be here in 2030, 2032, around there. They're going to be bought out or converted or dismantled by something else. And I would say it's a bank, because banks usually are the one that can create money. So they should have the control of the supply, right? And then central banks on top of them. But retail banks are the ones that control the money. And outside of ETFs, MicroStrategy has the most Bitcoin. ETFs are around the same amount, like 1.1 million or something like that, all together with BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, all of them together is like 1.1 mil they have. So Strategy alone in itself has over 800,000. I think BlackRock, it's not that far off. I think BlackRock is what, 900,000 or maybe a little less, somewhere around there. They're toe to toe. But again, MicroStrategy or Strategy has its own. That's their Bitcoin, specifically controlled, specifically just with MicroStrategy. With ETFs, that belongs to everybody, and they have customers, they have investors, high net worth investors, I would imagine, that invest into the fund. So I'm not gonna say I don't know, because I know. I don't know how well this video will age. We will see. But I had to make it, and Strategy's not gonna be here in a couple years. So I guess enjoy it while you can. They have convertible debt bonds or convertible debt instruments and perpetual preferred stocks and variable yield stocks and fixed yield stocks and income-based stocks. So they have all these things that are backed by Bitcoin, but something's gonna happen where that's not gonna be the case anymore. And I felt the need to say that. I guess I felt the need to speak it out loud. I do have MSTR, by the way. Full disclosure, and disclaimer. I have 3 shares of MSTR. So there's that. Not a lot, but there's that. So hey, 4 to 5 years. Give it some time. I guess something different's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen with them, and they're not gonna be here anymore. I don't know what that means. I don't know where this goes from here. I don't know what that means for Bitcoin. I don't know how Bitcoin's gonna look after they're gone. But if I had to guess, it would be some kind of conglomerate banker company where everything is consolidated into one. And since they don't have Bitcoin, they have to take it from somebody else, which would be from Strategy. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what laws they're going to break. I don't know whose hands they're going to have to hold or twist in that regard. I don't know what FASB rules have to be changed. But strategy, formerly known as MicroStrategy, is going to go down. So, if you're into Bitcoin, if you got your money into them, I mean, they have the money to pay you. Don't worry. Like, it's not a fear mongering video. Like, you can watch any one of Michael Saylor's videos. You can literally go to strategy.com. On their website, it shows you everything that they're doing and how they are able to cover their debt and their payments to their investors. So you don't have to worry about that part. But as far as their Bitcoin, it's not going to be the same, and it's up for grabs. So I don't know what else to say. I'm not saying Michael Saylor is not on our side. I believe he is. I don't know if he can be bought out. I don't see how. Like, who would or what would come to this? How they would come to this conclusion? I don't know how it's gonna be done, but it's somehow, somewhere they're going to take MicroStrategy. They're going to take Strategy from him. And it's just, I'm just saying, like, maybe it might be the same infrastructure, but it's not going to be the same business model, and it's going to be geared towards something else, because something's going to take control of their Bitcoin, and change the narrative. I'm not saying they're going to sell it. I'm not saying that they're going to crash the price, try to sell it just to crash the price, or, create a whole new market with it. I don't know. I cannot say what's going to happen. All I can say is that it's going to happen. That makes sense? Well, I guess I could say, I don't know why it's going to happen, but all I can say is it is going to happen, that MicroStrategy is not going to be strategy. It's not going to be here in a couple years. And somebody, something, some kind of group is going to take over it. And all that will be left is individuals versus institutions. So that'll be the last and final battle, maybe, from what I've been shown this yesterday. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there you go. But at the end of the day, you already know Bitcoin is the future, guys, because the system has to be updated. You know that. So I believe it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the best chance at replacing the dollar. I wouldn't say that it will replace the dollar. I'd say it go hand in hand, or it'll operate side by side with the dollar. So, because we got stable coins and things of that nature. So it doesn't have to overtake the dollar. Plus, I don't know if that'll make anything. I don't know if that's gonna make anything better, if you really think about it. And that's, now that I think about it, just taking my own words, that's why, I guess, just talking out of my ass, I guess, or just coming out of off the top of the head, that's why this transition is going to happen. I just lost it. No. Oh man, I just lost it. I had it. I would have to replay my video and see what I just said. I just had it. Oh, that it'll update the system. Yeah. And so the people of the system, the people who created the system and don't want it to die, is going to be able to commandeer strategy in order to have at least the most Bitcoin under management of the whole world. So yeah, think the U.S. has just under 200,000 or whatever, or 200,000, whatever that is, and then plus the 800,000 that they steal from strategy is going to be 1 million. So yeah, I don't know if it's U.S. Hey, we'll see. Outside of that, that's about it, man. The money system has to be updated. It has to be updated somehow. And I believe it's going to be Bitcoin, guys. So you take that however you want to take it. Take that and do what you will. Just imagine one day that there's no ATMs. What will you do? How would your life look? How would you be able to transact? What would you be doing? What would you be buying if you couldn't go to an ATM and take out physical cash? Because that day is coming. Everything will be digital, even though everything is digital already. But we're heading to a world where there's no physical cash. So if you don't want to believe me about, we're going to be using Bitcoin, cool. Then you go ahead and prepare to use whatever you believe that we'll be using. Get ready for that. So you don't have to believe me about Bitcoin. You don't have to believe that. You don't have to believe. But you have to believe that there will be a change. There will be an update. Because the system, that's the only system that's never been updated in the history of time. History of the world. Not time, but the history of the world. Digitally. So just think about that, guys. Honestly, just think about it. TVs, cameras, movies. I was about to say cars, but virtual reality, like gaming, like, I mean, think we got avatars now. Like they're just massaging it into us. They, you know what I'm saying? We got cartoons for avatars on Facebook, Meta, whatever now you call it, Instagram. They're just massaging it, man. So I'm just saying, everything is going digital. So why wouldn't our money go digital? Why wouldn't our money go digital? Just think about that. So, all right, guys, I've been babbling enough. I will see you on the next video, man. Hey, think about that.